All right, as everyone is joining this evening, I would like to welcome everyone to our P-TECH and Early College High School Parent and Student Information Night. My name is Anthony Taby. I'm the Chief Academic Officer at Questar 3 BOCES. I'm joined by Dr. Gladys Cruz, our District Superintendent, and I would like to invite Dr. Cruz to welcome everybody to this evening's event.
Good evening, everyone. And thank you for joining us to learn more about this exciting opportunity for ninth graders. We are so excited to launch this new high school in partnership with Hudson Valley Community College. I'm not going to say much because then I will steal the thunder of the rest of the speakers, but this is a great opportunity that students in ninth grade can join so that they can explore their passions and careers. I am going to just say that this is just one great opportunity to expand opportunities, educational opportunities throughout the capital region. So thank you for being with us, and I hope that you will consider this program for September.
Thank you very much, Dr. Cruz. I'd also like to introduce Ms. Kim Sparkman. Kim, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I'm Kim Sparkman. I'm the Career and Technical Education Coordinator for Questar 3 BOCES. I've been working closely with all these fine people on developing this opportunity for us all.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Sparkman. And on to Ms. Deborah Shoemaker she's the Assistant Dean of Community and Educational Partners at Hudson Valley Community College. Deb, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, thanks, Anthony. Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here. Hudson Valley is very excited about this new partnership with Questar 3 BOCES, and we have lots of great information for you tonight.
Thank you, Mrs. Shoemaker. And next we have one of our partners in this initiative from Tech Valley Center of Gravity, Cheryl Kennedy. Can you introduce yourself? And we have to make sure we unmute Cheryl. All right. Well, having some technical difficulties there. Next, we have Lauren Gemmel. She's the Deputy Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction from Capital Region BOCES. Dr. Gemmel, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Anthony. Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to be here. Capital Region BOCES has been running a P-TECH program for the past 3 years, and the opportunity to partner and collaborate with Questar and Hudson Valley Community College is just really exciting to offer the opportunity to more students across the region. So thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, so as we get started this evening, Kim, if you could unshare for a second, I am going to share a quick video, and this is a video that talks a little bit about the P-TECH and Early College High School programs. we'll start out with some introductions, and we'll go from there. All right. Kim, if you could put the PowerPoint back up.
Sure.
All right. So starting out on this slide, this is just a mock-up of all of the different counties served by both Questar 3 BOCES and by Capital Region BOCES. So you can see there's a total of 7 counties covered and a total of 46 school districts served. That is quite a large audience that we are working and reaching out to for participation in this program. And we're excited to have our partnership with Capital Region BOCES as well as we initiate or explore this initiative. So starting out, what is P-TECH and Early College High School? Wanted to talk a little bit about what the two programs are. The pathways that we're talking about here allow colleges and universities to partner with public school districts and BOCES to provide opportunities for students that directly address workforce development skill gaps. As mentioned in the video, and thank you to our communications team for putting together that great video, students earn college credits while also completing simultaneously their high school diploma requirements. And as mentioned, it puts students on a fast track to a college degree while saving families thousands of dollars in tuition costs. A little bit of information about our program. Both of our programs, P-TECH and Early College High School, are both going to be located on the Hudson Valley Community College campus. And we're very excited about this partnership with Hudson Valley. They're at the college campus, there's a lot of resources that are available to us and our students. And we will also be using the Lang building, which is the building that was formerly used by the Advanced Manufacturing Program before they relocated to the Haas Center that is right next door to the Lang building. And this building is going to be used for specifically our Early College High School and P-TECH program. Hudson Valley does have 2 programs that are on the first floor at either end of the building, but it does give us the ability in the early years especially to have a private location on the campus. The Lang building is located on the periphery of the college campus. So it gives the ability for buses to come in and out, for students to come right into the Lang building, and for them to participate in their programming right there in that building. As students advance throughout the program, they will be increasing their integration with the college campus. So eventually participating in college classes right there with college students. But in the early years, we really want to make sure that we provide the ability for us to keep some of that isolation. It's something that we wanted to be very deliberate about as we welcome students to a college campus. While exciting, it's also something that can be intimidating, and we wanted to make sure that we had the separation when we needed it for students, and then the integration when we wanted to have that integration with the college. So students will start coursework, the college level coursework, as early as 9th grade, and that will be in the form of a college forum class, which gives them the ability to explore the different pathways specific to both Early College High School and P-TECH. Differences: the P-TECH program is a 6-year program. It's up to 6 years, and students have the ability within that program. Like I said, they earn both their high school diploma and their AAS degree as part of the P-TECH program. And then the other program that is part of this as well is the Early College High School program, and that's a 4-year pathway. And we'll go into a little bit more detail about the pathways that are specific to P-TECH and Early College High School. But this program is a 4-year program, and students can earn at minimum 24 college credits, but they can earn as many as 60 college credits or their associate's degree, provided that they are a very motivated student that is willing to take that college coursework as part of their 4-year program. So the focus of these programs, they're both built to fill urgent workforce demands in STEM fields. And we're going to talk a little bit about what that forecasted job growth looks like in our region. But the pathways that we are focusing on with PTech are computer information systems with a focus on web development, cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence, engineering technology with a focus on civil engineering, and it also provides the flexibility for students to pursue any engineering field after they've completed their associate's degree. And then the final pathway for PTech is environmental science and protection technology, focusing on clean energy management. The early college high school pathway is in the health sciences. And some examples of pathways that a student can pursue in health sciences are respiratory therapy, radiologic technology, and dental hygiene. So those are all pathways that a student could pursue in health sciences. So I mentioned earlier forecasted job growth within these fields, and that was a really important criteria as we explored what pathways to focus our programs on. We wanted to make sure that the pathways we selected had significant forecasted job growth within the next 6 to 8 years. And you can see all of these jobs, career fields that we have listed here have significant growth forecasted. So when we look at web development, 20% job growth within the next 6 to 8 years. Civil engineering technology, 18%. Environmental science, environmental service technician, 17%. And then finally, health sciences, they have some of the highest growth potential in our region at between 22 and 30% by 2028. So you can see that all of the fields that are identified within our program are job growth areas. So students are going to be really going into a field that is growing within our region, and they have a great opportunity for future employment within that field. So some of these were highlighted in our video, but I want to go over them a little bit more specifically. The key benefits of these programs, that the students can earn between 24 and 63 college credits at no cost to families. That's a huge savings to families as students are pursuing their college education. We can combine the best elements of high school, college, and work-based learning in one environment. One of the things that we really work to accomplish within this program is provide the supports of a high school faculty and team with the rigor and opportunities that exist on a college campus and with college professors as well. So it's a very rigorous program, cost-free education focused on the knowledge and skills students will need to pursue careers in the STEM fields. We are really going to be working to focus on project-based learning with a strong integration across content areas so that students are doing projects connected to their learning. It won't just be a traditional classroom environment. Work-based visits and workplace learning are very important components of our program, as well as internships. And one of the great aspects of the integration with the college is the access that we have to both college professors and guest lecturers that can join and participate in our programs. Students will have access to all the academic, social, planning, and other supports provided to all Hudson Valley Community College students, along with the individualized support that is offered to students in a K-12 environment.
So one of the major parts of this is that obviously it's a huge change. These are students who are going to be on a college campus and meeting new students from 46 different districts. Recognizing that, we've developed a Summer Bridge Institute. This is going to be times in which we meet over the summer, either remote or in person. It'll kind of depend on what's happening that week, where students get an orientation of what life's going to be like on campus. And they also get to participate participate in some really cool activities this summer. If you look at our schedule down here, the first week is really looking at Hudson Valley campus. What's on this campus? They'll have a scavenger hunt. They'll get to really explore the area, see the campus resource center and the student union. There's a ropes course we'll be participating in, and really just getting to know your new home on Hudson Valley campus. But then later on in the summer, we're going to look at our industry partners. A huge component of this is the direct work-based experience that you get through these different pathways. So during our second week, we will be taking field trips and going and exploring some of these industries and meeting people who work in these companies and seeing the technology that they use and what their job is really like, so that you're getting exposed to that early and you're meeting some people that you'll be working with throughout the entire program. And then the third week is really looking at, okay, the college coursework. We're going to need to be taking some college courses. So this is going to jumpstart your skills. Mr. Tavey mentioned the College Forum class. This class also helps to teach students learning skills, how to take notes, how to study for a test, how to budget time, how to be successful in school. So we'll look at some of that the third week. They'll also meet the tutors that they'll have exposure to and they'll be able to use as a resource throughout their program. So these are opportunities for them to meet their peers, because they're all new. We're all kind of fresh from different districts. Get to know the campus, get to know the faculty that'll work with them, and get to see some really cool industry experiences on these field trips. So that's our summer bridge program.
So I just want to talk a little bit about the similarities of the two programs, the early college, high school, and PTech. And I'm not going to read all of these to you, but one of the ones that I want to focus on here is the dual enrollment college coursework that begins no later than 10th grade. One of the things that may be on students' minds as they're considering this pathway is, well, I'm not really exactly sure whether or not I want to go into engineering technology or clean energy management or health sciences. We've really worked to make sure that in the development of our scope and sequence, and in a partnership with the college, to make sure that those first 2 years are very similar, to provide students the flexibility to change their mind, maybe pursue a different pathway than they initially thought they wanted to enter. So the coursework that they'd be doing in 9th grade and in 10th grade is very similar and provides a lot of exposure to all the different pathways for students, so that they can, as they pursue and continue their education in the program, they can go into a specialized area. I also want to point out that the students that are, by participating on the college campus, students have that flexibility to either continue their academic career after they finish PTech or early college, high school by continuing and earning their bachelor's degree. And by partnering with Hudson Valley Community College, they have articulation agreements with over 50 colleges to transfer credits to. So there really is the world of opportunity available to students as they progress through the program. Students could elect to go right to an employment field, and as part of the program, they would be first in line for those career opportunities because of the integrations, the partnerships that we have with our business partners. So the opportunities for students are limitless, and it really depends upon an individual student. As Dr. Cruz mentioned, it really permits students to pursue their passion and go in the direction that they want to go, and with everything being open and available to them. So some of the differences that I just wanted to mention quickly. We mentioned this early on, but I wanted to just reinforce it. The PTech program is up to a 6-year curriculum. Students have up to 6 years to finish both their associate's degree and their high school diploma requirements. But many students across the state who are in PTech programs finish those requirements before the end of their 6th year. And it really depends upon how aggressive you are with your coursework as you advance into those later years of the program, so that you can graduate with both your high school diploma and your associate's degree in less than 6 years. The PTech program emphasizes that every student is assigned an industry mentor, while the work-based learning and the internship opportunities are going to exist for students across both programs. the industry mentor assignment is specific to P-TECH. Early college high school, as we mentioned, is a 4-year curriculum, and it's important to recognize too there the minimum of 24 college credits, but the opportunity to pursue many more than that if a student is motivated and wants to really take advantage of all that is available to them on the college campus. One aspect of early college high school that is more for us to consider as we are welcoming students into the program is we do need to make sure that 51% of the students must be from target school districts within the Rensselaer, Columbia, and Greene counties. And that is something that we will take care of, not something that students or parents really need to worry about too much.
So looking at who would be a successful student, we're looking for students who are motivated to try something new, that want a completely different high school experience, because that's what this will be. So motivation and to be excited to learn in a totally different way. We're trying to get away from that traditional classroom look and open up the possibilities of working with other subjects so that you're taking different subjects at once and creating one really meaningful project. Students who are excited about the idea of tinkering and playing around with technology in our makerspace, or working with students from all different areas. We're looking for obviously students who are interested in these career paths. It'll be a huge focal point of what you do. A lot of your projects and your mentors and the guest speakers and the field trips are all connected to those pathways. So if those are pathways that sound interesting or might be up the alley of the student of what they want to do when they get older, then this might be a good program for them. And a reminder, those pathways are computer information with looking at web design, engineering, environmental science, or health sciences. We also are looking for a student who likes to collaborate with others. So much of what we're going to be doing here is building that team dynamic and coming together to solve real world problems and sharing ideas. So being open to that level of collaboration. And like I said before, someone who wants a different high school experience, because your high school will be in the middle of a college campus surrounded by all of these great opportunities, but you have to really want it. So what happens next? You've heard some information from us, and maybe this sounds like something that you might want to know more about. Let your school counselor know that you're considering applying to this program. We do have an online application, and I'm sure that our communications department is populating the chat right now with all of these links. So we have an online application that is live. It is due April 16th, so it's about 2 weeks left to complete it, but it does take some thoughtful time. There are some questions, some response questions to really think about and answer. We do require that you have 2 recommendations. So when you fill out the application, it'll ask you for a teacher's name and their email and a counselor's name and their email. Once you supply those, we handle reaching out to those individuals to get the recommendation, but you need to have those names when you go into it. You're already attending our information session, so good job there. You're learning a lot about our programs, I hope. So looking at the timeline, like I said, our online application is live and it's due by April 16th. After that, we'll start to review those applications and we'll start scheduling students and families for interviews. And this is a 2-way interview. This is for us to interview you to see what you're interested in, if you're an appropriate fit, but also for you to interview us. You're trusting us with your high school experience. So I'm sure there's questions that you want answers to, and there's suggestions that you want to make. So this gives you an opportunity for that one-on-one discussion with us. After that, we have a district-wide lottery where we literally pull names out and we build our class list that way. And then we let our districts and the students know by May 1st if they were selected after that process. And then we start to plan for those few days over the summer that we'll get to meet either in person or remote if necessary. So that's a look at our timeline.
So I know that Brian is putting some information in the chat, and I wanted to just really draw everybody's attention to the website. There's a wealth of information on our website. And as Kim mentioned earlier, the different events that have already taken place. We had a previous parent student information night. There's videos there that parents and students can view. The video from tonight will also be shared on our website, so that'll be there. There's a frequently asked questions section of our website that will answer some of the common questions that have been asked throughout. There's also a form at the bottom. If your question is not there, or the answer to your question is not there, you can submit it, and we will get back to you and we will answer that question for you. Both Kim, Mrs. Sparkman, and myself, our contact information is also there so that you can reach out. We're happy to speak with you individually, to talk about your child, or if you're a student and you want to talk to us, we welcome that communication as well. So we really want to answer any questions that you may have. I encourage you to use the chat that is available to you. You can ask the questions there, and we'd be happy to answer them now, or you can submit them and we'll answer them at a later point. If you are joining us and you are a potential student, turn your video on so we can see everybody.
Hi. This is my favorite part.
Yes, this is my favorite part as well. Very nice to meet everybody on the screen. I can't wait to meet you in person.
Hi.
What questions? You guys got to have a lot of questions. What questions do you have?
We have one in the chat. How many students will be admitted?
Great question. So we have the two pathways, the early college high school program and the P-TECH program. The cohort sizes for each. For the P-TECH program, it's 45 students. And for the early college high school program, it is 25 students. So for a total of 70 students will be welcomed into the 9th grade cohort for the fall of 2021.
And we had a question saying, how do you fill out the form? So I'm thinking that might mean the application, which is one of our links on here. And it's really just you enter in, just typing it out, your name, your contact information. There's a couple of multiple choice questions that you go through, and then some written response that you type right into the boxes, and then you submit that. It's right on our website as well.
We really tried to make sure that the application process was as streamlined and straightforward as possible. So it is a web form that you fill out, and even the recommendations that you're going to need as part of your application. You enter the email address of the individual that's going to be writing the recommendation for you, and it will automatically send them an email so that they can complete it on your behalf. So we also have, and I want to just introduce, we have two of our partners from Capital Region BOCES. We have, I don't know if Tim and Mackenzie, if you guys want to introduce yourself. We have Mackenzie Bollinger, who is the principal of the Capital Region P-TECH. And we have Tim, I'm going to mispronounce your Hunsinger. All right, Hunsinger. And he is the counselor, school counselor for the P-TECH program. And they're great resources for us. As Lauren mentioned earlier, Capital Region BOCES has had a P-TECH for the last 3 years. So their experience over the last 3 years is really helpful for us as we are ramping ours up for the fall start. Anything you guys want to share? I will unmute you.
Thank you so much for having us tonight. We're really excited to be part of this partnership. It's a fantastic opportunity for students to really earn both their high school diploma as well as a college degree. So we're excited for all of you coming in as new 9th graders, and have a wonderful night.
Tim, anything you want to share?
No, I just echo what Mrs. Bollinger was saying. It's a great opportunity. The partnerships with Hudson Valley, the business partners, and just the experiences that students get, and the way that they work collaboratively. It's just really outstanding, amazing. You really see the students grow. yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to always reach out to me. I know I've recognized some of these names already from parents who have reached out about this night. So feel free to always email me. I can get you any kind of information that you need, or at least point you in the right direction.
Great. Thank you very much to both of you. I do want to just expand upon a question that was asked in the chat. The question was regarding Regents exams, and not only do we want to make sure that students are completing and earning their Regents diploma, we've also made sure that we were very deliberate about providing opportunities for students to earn an advanced Regents diploma program as well. So both pathways exist for students, because we want to make sure that if the continuation of your academic career is the pathway that you choose, that you are well set up for being a competitive applicant for college admittance.
We also had a question that asked, do you use your school email or actual email for the application? So for this one, I would say either. However, some of the schools in our districts do not allow outside emails to be received into the school. So like if you were from, I don't know, Troy, for example, and you sent an email address from Troy, if they have it set up so that people from outside of Troy try to email you, it might bounce. So my recommendation for that, for the application, is if you have your own email address that's not your school one, use that one. Just make sure that you check it, because you'll get information from us, of course. You'll get an instant email right back after you submit your application, just kind of certifying that, yes, we received it. Thank you. Here's some next steps. So if you do fill it out and don't get that email, then email me and I'll clarify. So you can use your school email. However, make sure you can receive emails from outside of your school network, or just use your personal one.
All right, so one of the questions in the chat is if you are in 9th grade now, can you still join? And that is something that I do want to address. So one of the challenges with starting a new program is that the students that are going to be coming in are going to be a cohort by themselves. So in this first year, as we're introducing a new population of students and starting a new school, we will only really have that 9th grade cohort together. So in this first year, it will be really difficult for us to accept students beyond entering 9th graders because we wouldn't have any coursework for them as they're continuing on into 10th grade. That being said, in future years, as students could progress on, we would be able to consider students who would be entering as 10th graders once the first year is up, because we would have a 10th grade cohort at that point. But really beyond that, it becomes very difficult to have a student start at P-TECH and early college high school because of the coursework that is embedded within the program. There, as we mentioned, there's college coursework as early as 9th grade, and by 10th grade, you're taking a number of college courses. So we really want to make sure that students are joining as early as possible. But that being said, in future years, we would be able to consider a student who is a current 9th grader entering 10th grade as part of the program. Just not so much in the first year.
I found this on the web.
Siri was trying to help me too. Gotta love Siri. Any other questions in the chat? Okay. Well, I do want to also just invite everyone that's on the call. If you have any questions we haven't answered, or if you have any anything else you wanted to talk to us about, please don't hesitate in reaching out. We are more than willing to answer any and all questions.
We have one more question. Sorry. What is the time of the school day?
Okay. So as much as we can, we are going to really try to follow a traditional school day structure as much as we can. That'll become a little bit more difficult as students advance on into 11th and 12th grade and beyond because of the college coursework that they'll be participating in. But especially in that 9th and 10th grade year, they will be following a more traditional school day. And one of the questions that isn't asked, but I know that is something that is on the minds of students is what about extracurricular and athletic activities within the home district? It is our intention to really try to make that feasible and possible, but it really will be dependent upon the transportation arrangements that we can make and that districts can make for students. Any other questions? All right. Well, I thank everybody for their participation this evening. Thank you to our partners as well, both at Capital Region and at Hudson Valley. Thank you, Dr. Cruz. Thank you, Mrs. Sparkman. And thank you to all of our potential students. I really hope to see these names as we're getting our applications input into the system. And we look forward to seeing you in the fall. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Good night, everyone.